Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Hopefully good. Hopefully fine. Hopefully great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. we'll see if we can turn it around in 2 hours or not. Try not to be so heavy. A lot's happened. I got a lot of questions. Well, not a lot's happened, but a lot I'm curious about. And so if I don't finish today, which we won't, because you know how we do, then I'll have another live stream, I think, this week sometime. But just got back from Portland. Thank you to everyone who came to the seminar. It was nice to meet all of you. It was cold and rainy, which I absolutely love too. And it's cold and rainy here too. I got my Panther and everything. So
you busted it out.
No, this has, thank God for good air conditioning. This has been out all year, even during the summertime.
Really?
Yes, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. I almost carry it to the bathroom with me like my little blanket. The most amazing blanket on planet Earth. And so you can't be cold in this. So Jen bought me this shirt. If you stay petty, you ain't got to get petty. Just so you know, don't try it.
And mine, it costs $0 to be petty, and y'all know how much I love free. If you get petty, stay petty, because then you don't have to get petty again.
So how y'all doing? Sunday came fast.
I've been bombarded with kitties. Glad to have mommy back home.
I ain't done nothing. Well, that's not true, but I ain't done nothing. That's none of y'all business. Just reading and working, but you know, that ain't really all that interesting. So thank you, RN Small.
I don't know why. I get worse jet lag going to the West Coast, which is only 2 hours behind me, than when I used to go to China. Like, I have been so sleepy since I got back. Miss Braxy came up.
Yeah.
Because the camera's on.
Help us tonight? You want to read your cards? I'll go get them for you.
They see me carrying all my drinks to the table, and the cats come up to get their kitty treats before we go live.
All animals know when the camera goes on.
I think the post office lost one of my packages. I had ordered 2 exclusive edition books from Waterstones in the UK as a, splurge for my birthday. I got one. The other one is nowhere to be found, and they weren't packed in the same box. So I'm trying to call Waterstones, and of course they're in the UK, so they were like hours ahead. And last time the post office did this, they lost one of my packages from something I had ordered from like the Czech Republic or something. And because it was under $100, I never got my money back or anything at all. Like, it was just gone. It showed up 9 months later. 9 months later, one day when we weren't even thinking about it, I get this box. I'm like, what's this? And I opened it up. It was a little cup. But I'm like, I hope they didn't it's not the same situation, because it was exclusive edition and they're sold out. I can't hop on a plane and go to the UK to buy a freaking book. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm hoping to have that sorted tomorrow. I'll be so sad if they freaking lost my junk, dude. Like, and they said they delivered it. I'm like, where? Because it's not here, so wish me luck, y'all. Wish me luck.
Was this yesterday?
No, I got it, I think, Thursday. One of them was delivered. And I don't understand why they didn't put them both together. It was one box with the peel thing, and I opened it, and it was one book. I'm like, okay, where's the other one? Because it was a duology. So I don't know.
What's happened to me many times, it'll say delivered and then comes the next day.
They've had
why is it say delivered now?
they've had Friday and Saturday to deliver it, and it's still not here. So that's why I need to call Waterstones tomorrow and talk to them, because there's no tracking information on the website at all. It just said shipped. Where's my tracking info? You know, so I got to call them tomorrow to get that, and then call the post office and be like, where's my stuff? You know, so
that's what happens to me. Yeah. It gives me one date and then I get it several days later for whatever reason.
what you have to come up here.
So any announcements, Jen?
JenLynTarot.com if you'd like to book an appointment with me for a reading or healing/reading session. And I have gift cards available also if you're looking for Christmas gifts just around the corner. Can you believe it's October? Like mid-October. Like October's half gone already.
Yes. I look forward to October from January.
I had so much fun working with everybody at the seminar, and we had such a wonderful group. It was so much fun working with everybody. Everybody was very engaged and asking great questions, and had some powerful healers in the room, that's for sure.
I'll be turning 47 next week. 47, you guys. 47. I'm almost there to 50. I'm right on the doorstep.
You know what I noticed? Just now I was sitting here and I was doing like this. And then I kept picking. There's a white hair in my arm. I'm old, man.
Got your first gray hair on your arm?
There's a white hair. Because I was doing this, like, whatever this is, I'm doing one of these, you know. No, that comes with the skin. It's not coming off. Thank you.
You know where I noticed one the other day? On my eyebrow. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't care if it's here, but now you're growing up my eyebrows too.
It's like men that they get salt and pepper mustaches before their hair turns.
That's all this. All of this got little white hairs all in it, like a old broom.
On my eyebrows, you guys, I was like, oh no, what is this? What is happening?
I got no white hair. This is natural.
Well, good for you. Thank you very much.
And I'm 64.
I got them at 35, I think. That's when I only had one, and it was like ridiculous. Because why do I have one? Give me a bunch, or don't give me any. Thank you, Courtney.
That white stripe that I have over here. Well, you can't see it now because my hair is purple, but I got that at 16. I was 16 years old when that grew in. You know, so I was shocked when I found one on my eyebrow. I was like, no, what is this?
I figure if I start turning gray, I might have to visit Pete Hedgeseth's.
Yeah.
I think you'll look good with gray hair, though.
It depends. My mom's hair.
Went gray.
Yeah, when my mom's hair, when it first went gray, went that mousy gray. It wasn't very pretty, but she eventually went white. It's like I wouldn't mind white hair or silver gray hair. As long as it's
mean, so he probably went with the suit. Yours would be different.
I'm the only one. Like everybody else in my family was gray by the time they were 40. I don't know what happened with me. Living right. I've been living right.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm too vengeful. All of mine's turned gray.
I always said it's because I didn't have kids, because kids will turn you gray.
And you guys don't forget, next week is also Lynn Tarot's birthday as well, the same day as mine.
How old is she now?
I don't know, but I know that we have the same birthday. Lynn Tarot readings and I have the same birthday, so you guys don't forget to swing on by over her channel and
over to Mama Lynn.
80 something. I don't know. It's 80 something.
Is she really? No way.
Yeah.
No, you're lying. You're lying. She does not look 80 at all.
80 something. Mm-hmm. I think she's out of the readers that I know. It's her, and I think Ganga is right below that. Living right. Some of us are barely in our 50s and we look 90, Sylvia.
This is what Braxy has to say tonight. She wants
He's the star. Are you the star, Braxy?
yeah.
So, any announcements, Becca?
No, hope to find my package. Trying to decide if I should be bad and make myself a red velvet cupcake or whatever next week. I don't know.
Go
But
for
I
it. Eat
want one right now. I want one right now. Right now.
You need a cupcake store to buy you.
Oh.
Emma in the chat says she feels 90. I think we all feel 100 when we watch the news.
I want off this. Oh, Diane Keaton passed away.
Yeah, that
come
was
on,
a
30.
surprise. She wasn't even 80 yet. I had seen her like just a year ago on something and seemed fine, healthy.
Patricia Rutledge passed away too. Hyacinth Bouquet, Bucket.
I almost had a heart attack the other day too because there was something going on Twitter where they were Dolly Parton's sister was asking for prayers. I was like, oh God, what happened to Dolly Parton? She has kidney stones, but she's fine. You know.
Yeah, she had to
She made a
cancel.
video, too.
Yeah.
She had to cancel some tour dates or something.
Okay. Well, speaking of canceling, I have. Okay. So you're not supposed to relish and rejoice in another person's downfall. However, in the words of the great House of Lenormand, I'm not Mother Teresa. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So Ryan Walters from Oklahoma, the former state superintendent, the one who bought Trump Bibles so that he could put them in all the classes, the one who wanted to change the curriculum to teach the Bible as a historical text, and wanted to inject into that curriculum that there were discrepancies in the 2020 election so that Donald Trump looks like a hero.
He got busted having porn in the background during a Zoom meeting too.
Mm-hmm. He said, that's not supposed to be there, and turned it off. He didn't say that it was pornography, and then the people who were investigating said it might have been some movie from Netflix or something. Whatever. But you still had naked people on your TV in the middle of a meeting.
In the middle of the day. Couldn't wait till you got home on your own private computer. You got to do it at work.
Captain Religious Responsibility.
What if a child had walked in, right?
Mm-hmm. And so he has now resigned. And that's what his tableau said he was going to do. And he has resigned, and he has since, where is it at? What's the name of these people? I forgot already. Teacher Freedom Alliance, I think is what, yes. He is now going to be the CEO of the Teacher Freedom Alliance. What the Teacher Freedom Alliance does is
donate us so we can buy more porn.
is they go and they try to basically change the curriculum. They are anti-woke is what they are. And they try to give teachers an outlet to also be anti-woke and come over to our side type of thing. While he was in office, because he is my little pet project now. While he was in office, though, now there has been some talks about investigating him. Thank you, Phyllis, because he has a buddy in Texas, which we'll read on too, that he had on the payroll for like $150,000 a year or something like that in Oklahoma, man, dude, that's a lot of money. But the guy, his badge was swiped 4 times, so he went to work 4 times. Meanwhile, he lives in Texas, but he's a friend of Ryan Walters, and he's done this a couple times with a couple people throughout his administration. And they're investigating whether or not he used public funds to fund this Teacher Freedom Alliance thing. And because at many times during his tenure, he was sending out these little things here. Today, he announced his intent to lead the charge to offer a private industry solution to far left-leaning teachers union. And mind you, he was also the person who implemented that if you come from California, you have to take a loyalty test or some kind of religious test, to where if you came from California, then you had to basically take this test to say that you are down with the teaching God to your students, type of thing.
I don't know the statistics, but I'm willing to bet my left booby that it's 0.00000000000001% of people that are leaving California to go to Oklahoma. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say that that's probably true. But he said that he would now serve as the CEO of the Teacher Freedom Alliance, a branch of the Freedom Foundation. Every time you hear the word freedom, they have hijacked it. It means right wing, which is a nonprofit. Walters is expected to blah, blah, blah. But the Teachers Freedom Alliance is an anti-union organization that aims, thank you, SW, that aims to provide educators with the liability insurance, professional development opportunities, continuing education credits, access to alternative curriculum. Well, what's happened now is they're now going through all of the stuff that he did and said, where is this money going? Where did that money go? Where did this money go? Where did that money go? And they are now talking about a possible indictment of Mr.
Didn't they try to impeach him, though?
That didn't work.
Yes, but now money's disappearing. Taxpayer money.
The Republicans were trying to impeach him. It wasn't even like it was the Democrats that were trying to do it. It was the Republicans.
And if it was all Republicans, why didn't he get impeached? I don't understand.
So he is now on the chopping block here and could possibly be indicted. So what I want to know is, what does the future hold for him, legally speaking? What does my shirt say? It says, if you stay petty, you ain't got to get petty.
Yeah, somebody else was asking me what's on our shirts. Mine, it costs $0 to be petty, and y'all know how much I love free.
Legally speaking, what's the future hold for Ryan Walters? Because he's a piece of crap, and I am totally invested in his downfall. I'm not even gonna lie and say I'm not, because I am. Oklahoma is 50 out of 50 in terms of education, and he wanted to make it 51 out of 50. Or 81, according to Laura Trump, who we will talk about tonight as well.
I'm using my special Johnny Tarot tonight. At least part of the time. I'm not used to them yet, so when I overlap cards, I can't see what card it is. I may have to switch back to my others. The other thing is,
deck? I'm sorry, I had you guys muted so I could do. Are you using a different deck? Oh yeah, you are.
It's Johnny's deck, and it's quite dark on my dark mat, so I'm having a little trouble seeing it. Even though it looks bright, it's not bright in here. It's because I have a lamp right here. It's kind of dim. Well, you know, he got caught with porn, and here's the Hierophant on the bottom. Yeah, so all these religious, dogmatic people. I think Eight of Swords, it's over for him. I think there's a surprise about him and children, so it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't get caught with some child porn. Something is getting revealed. He's got a fight on his hands here. The money, he's shifted all over the place. Maybe even some overseas bank accounts or out of the country bank accounts. There's going to be a whistleblower on him. Wouldn't surprise me if he also didn't have some pregnancy issues, like paid for some things. Yeah, he's done. He's toast. He's like, even the Republicans don't want him.
Remember that one meeting where he was at, where people were speculating that he was high on drugs because he was all like going nuts. He was going freaking nuts, and it was right when they were about to impeach him or something, and he was acting all weird. People were speculating that he was on drugs, but
Probably all are party
Jenny
boys.
read all my cards for me. Storks, rider, cross, mice, snake. Stork and rider, that's news of a pregnancy. This is change, improvement, a move, pregnancy. News and feedback. The cross would be an indictment. Mice is thievery and losses, anxiety. And then the snake is lies and betrayal. I don't see him getting out on this 9 of 5. I don't see him getting out of it. I see him in big trouble unless they keep it. If they keep it state, then I don't think, unless Trump calls and tries to pressure people, kind of like what he's doing with what's her face in Colorado, Tina Peters. But probably news that he got somebody pregnant. Probably news that he was moving stuff around. I don't get any money cards, though. Moving stuff around and thievery and corruption. So I'm just saying.
Need a forensic accountant on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, he didn't call in the name of Jesus. So it's totally okay. Totally okay.
But the unfortunate part is there in Oklahoma, it's the Republicans that are against him in the as far as like the big wigs go. Everybody's against him when it comes to like the teachers and parents associations and all those things, because what you're doing is ridiculous, because you're trying to inject religion into the schools, but you don't want all of them. You just want one of them.
But how did he get elected then? If everybody's against him.
Because it's Oklahoma. I mean, he probably wasn't that person at first, and then just like, well, he kind of probably was, because that's who they vote for. I mean, it's just like the farmers right now who are losing everything would still vote for Donald Trump again.
Yeah, true.
Well, I get thievery, the 7 of Swords, and then there's the Ace of Swords. And I always say, if you're trying to hide something, the Ace of Swords and the Sun are cards that you do not want to see, because the Ace of Swords is clarity and truth. Whatever you're doing will come out. The 7 of Swords is thievery, schemes, and then in the word of warning is the Fool and the Justice. So I don't know how much money he's got, but I hope it's enough to pay for lawyers for the next 3 years, because you're going to be involved in a whole lot of things, because justice is not on your side there. But there's the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. The Hermit is investigation. The Knight of Pentacles would be stuff that he either moved around or also was hiring people to go and do things. Because like I said, that other guy who is named Matt Langston, he is one of these Texas Republicans. He was on the payroll with Mr. Ryan Walters, making $100,000 plus a year or something like that. But he only worked 4 times.
Walters, did they take his laptop after catching him with porn?
They took electronics, but they were only looking, I think, for if there was something feeding to the TV, because that was one thing that I heard them say on the news, is because you can cast a video from your device to your TV, so they were looking at that kind of thing. I don't know if they were looking at anything else, but they need to now. So my second question is Matt Langston. That's the guy he hired that lives in Texas, that only worked 4 times and made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Oklahoma's money. Will he be indicted or investigated?
Might need to go on vacation with Ted Cruz. This deck of Johnny's is a special one that there's only 4 people, right, Johnny, that have it. You
Yes.
can't order it. Now, Johnny has another deck that you can order.
Yes.
Um,
It looks just like that one almost, but it's got a few cards that are different.
it's similar. It's very similar.
If we didn't have criminals, what would we read on? I swear.
Walters.
I mean, but do they have to be so freaking brazen about it? You know, that's what gets me. I mean, any of us here in the chat, we don't pay our taxes. They're going to come and get us.
One time.
One time, they'll come and get us. These people, it's okay.
Let's investigate for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll just slap them with a $15,000 fine when they're worth millions, if not billions.
Like the pastor with the child abuse thing, and what he gets 6 months.
6 months. And here it was years later, Johnny. The woman, I think she's in her 50s now, mid 50s, late 50s. So she's been carrying that burden her entire life, and they give that SOB 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Page of Wands. We're going to hear more about this guy. I mean, he's. I'm sorry if I screamed in anybody's ear. Sorry. He's about to be very embattled, and he's going to lay low. So he may take a vacation with Ted Cruz. You know, they may have to look overseas for some of the money. Yeah. Five of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. It's like he's Dark Night of the Soul for him. He's going to be put in defense mode. Yeah, he's got regrets. He's going to have regrets. Something about how this was structured, the money is going to be looked into. Oops, I lost my card. I had it here. I had the Hermit here. Lost it. Anyway, the thing about the money is going to be looked into, and I think his internet's going to be looked into. Oh, here's the Hermit. Sorry, I just didn't recognize it. It was like right in front of me, because it was a female Hermit. They're going to look into his internet. They're going to look into his money. He's going to get a lot of attention he doesn't like. They're not done with him. He's going to have some problems. Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
I get the Ring, the Rider, the Storks. He's linked, but he gets away with it. Linked. Running away. Bye-bye. I don't get that. He gets away. So.
I get regret and loss, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords. This is all going to come at him very fast, to where there's something he loses or something that he regrets doing naturally. The Temperance and the Seven of Swords, Five of Wands. He may be called in for some sort of questioning, or he's going to be questioned a lot. The Seven of Swords would be their scheme, because, mind you, he worked 4 times. Well, I don't even know if he worked. His badge was swiped 4 times. What he did when he was there, I do not know. But there's the Temperance, and so he's going to have to work with someone, so someone may have him over the barrel there. And then the Five of Wands, he's going to be in constant conflict. The Page of Swords and the Moon. If I were him, well, I wouldn't be in this position, but the Page of Swords is a lie. The Moon is a bigger lie, because it's a scheme of some sort. The problem with him is he's not going to tell the truth at first, which means this is going to circle back around and then become an issue for him later on too. because Ryan Walters is not going to be over and done overnight. And so the Hierophant is here, which means whoever that AG is, I forget his name, there in Oklahoma, is not done digging into this. And when something happens in Oklahoma, it's almost a good thing, because then all the reporters have something to do other than talk about, how the deer crossed the street this morning. And so they're not letting this go at all. And so he's going to have to be investigated, possibly now and later, because he's going to lie. Speaking of liars, the Super Bowl is going to host Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican artist, and you know who does not like that. All of the MAGA tinfoil red hats, they hate it, they hate it, they hate it.
It's
Meanwhile, Bad Bunny is more American than that trash Melania. I'm just saying.
well, it's so funny because they're saying they're going to send ICE to the Super Bowl.
To
And
do
it's like,
what?
okay, because illegal immigrants have so much money, they can afford $10,000 for a ticket to the Super Bowl.
I think she's stuck on your. Oh, she got out of it.
Oh, they scratched the curtains a lot.
Yeah, I thought she
It's
got.
not hung up. She needs her claws trimmed.
So what's happening now? Turning Point USA, started by Charlie Kirk, is going to host their own Super Bowl halftime show. Laura Trump is expected to say,
No, you're joking. Tell me you're lying right now. Tell me you're lying right now, Johnny. No.
he's expected to sing at the
No.
thing. They have sent out a poll too, saying what kind of, in English, because Bad Bunny does a lot of his music in Spanish, and so they said, what kind of performances in English would you like us to include? Do you want to see some classical, some hip hop, some this, some that, some the other thing? And
You want to hear Laura Trump singing?
that's not right, I think.
Looks just like her too.
So thank you, Corliss. So they're going to have their own answer to the Super Bowl halftime show featuring Bad Bunny. Now, mind you, about 100 million people per year watch the Super Bowl, and the pettiness within me wants to know, how will this do? This,
The Turning Point.
what do you even call this? It's this.
The halftime show alternative.
Yeah, I was gonna say something more like a racist party, but yeah, we'll go with the halftime show alternative.
We'll probably have Kid Rock. Yeah, Kid Rock was dissing
Well, they
women
don't,
who.
at the moment, they don't have an itinerary, and so we don't know who's going to be there. But I'm pretty sure he would be on the list.
He just dissed women who have pink and blue hair, and I'm like, dude, you wore the flag in a full suit with all this crap on it and everything. You
call
have
yourself
no
Kid.
room to talk about what women
Kid Rock
wear.
would do well to go see a hairdresser. 'Cause he looks like a dumpster diving meth head. Is what he looks
He
like.
would do well to go see a brain
He's the mortician.
surgeon. So, how will their show do versus the halftime show,
with
the
Lara
regular
Trump.
halftime show?
Lara doesn't even pay people that she sings their songs. So she gets in legal problems every time she opens her mouth doing her
I mean,
covers.
this is the problem I have with all of that is it's not as if you are doing this like the Puppy Bowl. If for people who don't want to watch the Super Bowl, no, you're doing this because you don't like people who speak Spanish. That level of inhumanity is beyond me at this point. Like I can't understand why that still exists in human beings, but whatever. How will it do? Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, for a woman that's been recently widowed, she sure is acting like she's doing very, very
She's
well.
hosting parties now.
And I'm only saying that because I have a woman in my spread.
Mhm.
Because, girl, you're acting a little weird for being recently widowed, is all I'm going to say. So,
Publicly, too.
I would be inconsolable. I'm inconsolable when I lose a dog, when I lose a pet.
Mhm. Her husband died in front of the whole world, and she's like, I forgive you. Let's hold a party.
Yeah,
Okay.
with pyrotechnics and everything. You know, like,
I mean, the Super Bowl, you know, the sponsors pay a lot of money for those commercials and everything. Yeah, nobody's going to watch this. Nobody wants their crap they're going to offer. It's going to be like very isolated and alone and blow up in their face. So even though they're being very smug about the work they're putting into it, it's like, yeah, nobody wants it. Very few people, they're stuck. And then there's some kind of treachery coming for them with the donors or the advertisers, you know, with the their ads are going to be burdened, so they're not going to get the revenue off of whatever they're paying to. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad judgment on this. Wow.
I get the coffin, the woman, the moon, fox, and whip. It's not going to do well. And if she is present, or if she's like the head of it or whatever, because it shows a depressed woman or a woman that has suffered a loss, coffin woman, moon, her fame, her celebrity, that's going to come under even more scrutiny and get put. There's a woman here that's going to come under a lot more scrutiny and be put under a lot more. The event itself, I don't see it doing well. Moon, fox, and whip. Propaganda that they're using to manipulate and whip people up, but it backfires. There's something about it that causes it to backfire. There's a backlash, in a sense, to it. There could also be something there that causes a fight, and it could also, part of the criticism could be that they're manufacturing propaganda to manipulate and lie, but it's chronic. So it doesn't go well. It's they're not gonna get that many views, is what I'm trying to say. In the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna be. And even the people that are there to perform, celebrity. And it's almost, there's also an element of self-dealing here with this. The moon, the fox, and the whip, there's an element of self-dealing. But all in all, whoever this woman is, who I'm assuming is the wife, because she suffered this woman here has suffered a loss, this is not going to look good on her, period. So I'm just saying.
The performers, I wouldn't do this if I were them, but you know, then again, they have no shame, so whatever. But this goes very wrong for them as well with the Five of Pentacles and the King or the Emperor. There's no viewership for this, or there is because there's always an audience for everything. But this is not where you want to be if you're trying to get your message out there. The Empress and the Seven of Pentacles, in the word of warning, this has no growth to it whatsoever. The Empress's expansion and the Seven of Pentacles can be a harvest, but it's in the warning, which means it goes backwards. So it's going to shrink. And so if you think you're going to get some big 108 million viewers, you're not. The last card is the Chariot with the little plane, and then the Tower with the crash plane. So you're headed for
okay, I love that dip.
Going up, coming down.
Boom. So this because, mind you, with the Tower, as I always say, trace it back to where you went wrong. you started out in the wrong place in the first place, because you're not doing this like you people do the Puppy Bowl for some sort of thing to watch that you don't want to watch football. No, you don't want to watch the Puerto Rican guy, and so let's go put on some honky tonk thing down at the Turning Point USA. No.
He just hosted SNL. Was it last week or week before?
I just can't, though. That's how stupid these people are.
Yes.
Oh, we're Christian, but we're so racist. We're going to boycott the halftime show because there's a Puerto Rican who is an American citizen, because we don't want to hear the Hispanic people, because that's what Christ would have liked. Also, by the way, who were they going to get? What was that one country music singer that sang for Trump or whatever during?
Oh, Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood, and the backlash she got, and people quit, and now she couldn't run her farm and all this other stuff. It's like, yeah, where are you going to go for performers? The WWE and UFC? Like, where are you going to go?
Let them go sing.
I'm truly curious. Where are you going to go? Nobody. They're toxic. Those people are toxic. It's like career suicide.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, speaking of career suicide, guess who wants to run for? Well, guess who is running for office again? Madison Cawthorn.
Oh God.
Wasn't he just in trouble for not going to?
For not showing up in court. Yes, he was arrested.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Something in his brain thinks that he is detached from justice and laws and rules and regulations and things. Because remember, he's the one who took a gun to the airport twice as well. Also got caught for speeding and so forth and so forth. But
he was another Mario brother. He was speeding in his car. I get it.
But here's the plot twist: the Donald Trump administration wants nothing to do with him, so they won't endorse him.
And neither do the Republicans, because remember, they didn't care about anything that kid did until he started talking about sex parties. And then they were like, he's got to go. He's got to go.
He's got to
go.
go.
The minute he said sex parties, he's got to go.
This is baseless. Oh, is it really, Wari? What is that? Doth protest too much? Is it? So, what are his chances of re-entering Congress? What are his chances?
I'm telling y'all, we're in the wrong business. We should all just go be politicians.
In his little corset. Remember that picture in his corset? I bet Moses Mike would like him.
We can do whatever we want. We can swindle whoever we want. We can commit all sorts of crimes, insider trading.
But then we go to heaven and we miss out on hell. So that would be good.
I know.
That's where all the good people go.
Yeah, hell's where all the good people are at, man. It's a psyops. You don't want to go to heaven. That place is boring.
No.
It's full of the crazy. I think we missed the rapture again, because it was supposed to be on the 8th or the 7th or 8th or something. Yeah, because they got it wrong, because Jesus didn't realize we changed our calendars. So.
It might have happened because I did change shirts that day. Because Jen and I were walking down the street and the wind was blowing and I thought a leaf hit me, but no, a bird crapped on my shoulder. And I'm like, and it wasn't this shirt, because then I'd have threw a fit. It was another shirt, and so I had to go into the Goodwill and then buy a whole nother shirt because it was right there. I'm sure that was
half a block away. He had to go in Goodwill, buy a shirt and change because he wasn't going to walk around with this crap on his shirt.
You know that they say if a bird poops on you, it's good luck, right?
Did I have good luck that day?
I got shit on by a crow at the animal park.
I hate crows.
It pooped right on me, and I had to go wash it off in the sink.
It was a raven, I'd have kept it, but
it was a crow. It pooped on me.
Meanwhile, don't go into the Goodwill, okay? I don't know why I did, but I did, because I was desperate to change shirts. That's why I did.
He doesn't get enough votes. because of an action he took in the past. So whether that was blabbing about their parties, I would think so. They're going to temper down the sex talk around him and try to suppress his power. So no, he doesn't get in. But it may raise more talks about the little secret love things going on that might blow up again. So it's bad news in a way for Republicans that they don't help him, because he's going to blow up some talk again. He's going to say something else about these parties.
I get the cross, the man, and the key. He doesn't have a good chance, but he's going to give people answers about stuff that may have led to him getting crap canned. He's got answers about stuff. So I don't know if he'll ever make it to a debate or whatever, but I would pay attention, because he's got access, and he's got the keys, and he's got answers to a lot of stuff. So
Because you let a Yinta into your meeting and now he knows everything. Five of Swords defeats. I don't think you're getting back in there. The word of warning is the Hierophant, no government for you. Four of Cups, it's a reality that you must accept because this is a product of your own doing. Now, mind you, the Four of Cups is also a blessing if you choose to look at it that way. Because whatever it is that is being handed to you is the thing you've been waiting for. So now you get to move on to Wands and do something different. Go be one of those Iron Man contenders or something.
Go perform, sing for Turning Point USA for their.
There you go.
There you go.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
All eyes on me or something like that. Well, speaking of Turning Point USA, it has been getting a barrage of right-wing criticism. Is this a sign of things to come, is my question. Because what's been happening, Vivek Ramaswamy apparently went to one of their things. He got a barrage of questions, too, about why he's not a Christian, and he keeps saying that he is. And he says, because I said I never said I was a Christian. You know, he likes to go back and forth with people, too. But all the white people who stood up and basically criticized him for not being Christian and being Hindu, which I don't know why he even keeps going back to these things. But anyway.
Oh, they're going to love J.D. Vance's wife when he takes over. She's brown and Indian.
Mm-hmm. And her name's not Tiffany. So there's that. So Turning Point USA, are they going to continue to be criticized by the right wing? Mind you, Lynn Wood has come out and said that he said that Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk didn't like Lynn Wood, that Charlie Kirk was a deep state operative. And so there's a bunch of the MAGA crazies that are coming out saying that Turning Point is something you shouldn't be following, and that's this, that, and the other thing. And then apparently Candace Owens said something bad, and then
the text messages came out, Johnny. And they were verified. And as effed up as this is, yeah, he was worried. He was worried about the "it's not real" country. It's not for the reasons that you would think. He was worried about the "it's not real" country because they weren't paying him as much. So they lowered how much he was getting paid to push propaganda. But it's all there in the text messages. He was afraid of "it's not real" because he was starting to venture away from them and their talking points. Primarily because they weren't paying him as much. But secondly, because of how they were manipulating the country into doing a bunch of stuff that we shouldn't be doing. And one of the guys from Turning Point USA verified it. So it's not just Candace Owens, because I can trust her as far as I could throw her. You know, but
yeah, they're kind of looking at him as like a grift. Now, you know, it's like it's bad news for them. People will block working with them. The judgment's sitting on them. leaving them out in the cold, and starting to look at like all the money they raised in secret. Like they're looking at it differently now. So it was exploitive, is what I'm getting, and people are recognizing that. They may have some kind of indictment in the future. I don't know what that's about, but with all the Pinnacle cards coming up, there may be some money laundering going on in it. Like Russia gives them talking points, kind of thing.
I get the book, the stars, and the clover. Will they continue to get criticism? Yes. A lot of it online. But there's whatever they've kept undercover, secrets, projects that the viewership was not privy to, that gets opened up. And it's vast. There's a lot of it. So yeah, they will continue to get criticized by the right, mostly as opportunistic, but whatever. I'm going to be cautious in saying propaganda, but that's what it was, so that blows up. All of it blows up.
There is talking points for Turning Point, and because I have the death card, which is major changes coming, the 7 of Wands, they're defending against that type of thing. So will they be criticized more? Yes, because someone is basically paying people to do this. I get the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles will be people you hire. 6 of Pentacles is giving people money. There's the 5 of Swords, the disloyal, and the, the immoral behavior type of thing. And the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. There's a man here that's going to do a lot of talking about a dead guy. And so this is going to ramp up because I think there's an engine behind it. This is not just people sitting in their chairs and having conspiracy theories. No, this is a concerted effort to continue to say something bad about Turning Point. And then, so there's a little MAGA war going on, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. They have spent decades priming these people. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Priming them, manipulating them while you're taking money from God knows where. It's not real. Russia, whoever was paying you to say what you were saying. Because let's all face it, Charlie Kirk was a community college dropout. The guy was not very intelligent.
No.
And somehow he masterminded all this stuff and became a millionaire. Multi-millionaire overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd the money come from? Where did it?
Her family had money.
She had money way before him, but how did he get to the position he was in? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That money was being pumped in from a lot of places, and once that can of worm gets opened, you can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste.
And then you became anti-Israel for a half a second too long.
And then you get popped mysteriously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm saying too. Well, speaking of pop mysteriously, there is another possible anti-Israel critic who I'm curious to know if he's on their radar at all. So Matt Gaetz has come out and talked about a time where he was in Israel and he walked into his hotel room and there were people there rooting through his stuff. And he also said he went to some fundraiser where they had to wear barcodes. Now, the people who threw the fundraiser pushed back on that and said they were not barcodes. Because what it was, what he thought it was, or what he said it was was you had to wear barcodes, and they would scan your barcode to see who you were, and blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. Almost like the apocalypse chip and all of that type of stuff. But the person at the event said it was a QR code to make sure that you were supposed to be at the event, and it was a security thing. It was not, some sort of here's all your data and information thing. So he said, I was there and I was like, this is so freaking weird. And then, I was in Israel. I went multiple times, and I did not like the fact that someone was in my room brooding around on my stuff. They should not have been there. It was the King David Hotel. When I came back to my room, no one wasn't expecting me to be back in the room. I don't know who it was. I was just like, this is weird. Then he said, all things combined, they're odd. And then the policies outgrow seem to be an obsession in the Middle East, and it has not served my generation well. He was at the APAC convention when he had the barcode thing. And so is he also on the radar of, I'm going to say Netanyahu. Netanyahu and Israel are two different things. So yeah. Netanyahu, just like Russia and Putin are two different things.
He's on One America or Newsmax or something. I forget which one.
Because if they decide to go after him, there's a lot there. A whole lot.
And who's been very, very vocal recently?
MTG, his little friend.
That bitch, bad built butch body.
She's on the list too.
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, something her and Laura Loomer agree on.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think her entire thing is completely performative.
Yes.
She doesn't read bills. Her staff doesn't read bills. I bet you what's happening is that her phone is blowing up the hook from constituents. Because let me remind you, MTG voted for the big beautiful bill, which also helped to skyrocket healthcare cost.
Yep.
This new bill that they're trying to pass is in addition to skyrocketing healthcare costs, but she already signed the bill a couple months ago. So she might be able to hoodwink her constituents, but the rest of us are keeping score. So I'm just saying.
If there ever was a woman that I would say, yeah, get the Mar-a-Lago face makeover, it would be MTG, because she would look much better than as the Neanderthal.
No, you can't, because their eyes are too close. That's why she looks like a Neanderthal.
She can't get the Mar-a-Lago makeover.
They'd have to split her face and then push it aside a little bit.
Do a little lobotomy while they're in there.
She looks just like that Neanderthal in the Geico commercial. Dude.
She does.
Just like
that was her cousin, I'm pretty sure.
That was her before she went and got waxed.
Before she got waxed.
Well, he definitely will attract attention with those comments, just like Charlie Kirk did. You better be careful at parties. I'm going to say that. Rallies, parties, gatherings. Because he's going to get more attention than he wants. And somebody might get paid off to go after him. Take him out with strength. At a party, maybe over imbibing a little bit, little off balance. Oops, she fell out a window. You better be careful.
The ship, the Fox, the Clouds. He's causing problems from someone abroad that is manipulating. Abroad, foreign manipulation, big trouble. From these, I would say he's going to say more, and it's going to cause even more trouble for it's not real, BB in particular. With that said, though, I don't think they're too worried because there's nothing here in these cars that indicate that he has a platform that could really cause damage.
Yeah,
Like
not like
Candace,
Kirk.
not like Candace Owen or Tucker Carlson, which I do not trust. They're opportunistic a-holes that latch onto any conspiracy for anything. But based on these cards, he's causing problems, but he's not so well, doesn't have the platform to cause significant problems, is what I'm saying.
Doesn't
So,
have the following.
He's not important enough.
Yeah, there you go, Johnny, for making it simple. Yeah.
The Four Swords, Two of Swords. Four Swords is a retreat. Two of Swords is an indecision. So he's not necessarily suspect number one. The Eight of Pentacles and the Magician. This would be like a manipulation of whatever it is that he's trying to work on. So let's say, for instance, someone did catch this and they were upset about it. This would be more of a retract your statement and apologize type of thing than it would be let's go full scale on assault type of deal. The Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So he would apologize before they would do anything else because he is a weasel. It's not like he's tough or anything. The Page of Swords. There's your lies and your gossip and your rumors and your that type of thing. So he's going to do it again, but I think it'll stop at some point because he ain't about that life at all. Daddy couldn't get you out of that one. Well, speaking of Daddy bailing them out, can we talk about the farmers? I want to talk about soybean ones in particularly. Argentina just got money from your president.
Your biggest competition.
They reduced the cost of their soybeans and then sold them to China. Meanwhile, you have no one to sell anything to. And mind you, all the farmers are getting on TV saying, we don't want to bail out, we want to market. I understand that, but that's not what you're going to get.
Those markets
You aren't going to get either.
They're gone. They are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gone.
China was supposed, there was one guy, he was saying at this point in the year, China should have bought 25% of my da-da-da-da, and they bought zero. Nothing. They bought nothing from these people, which means you still have it all. The government ain't buying it. Donald Trump wants to give you money, but meanwhile, you need a place to sell this to, not just a bailout. What are you going to do with the bailout? Because what's going to happen next year, and then the next year, and then the next harvest, and then the next harvest? You have no market. And he took it from you and gave it to Argentina and $20 billion of your tax money and gave it to them too. Meanwhile,
America first, baby.
make America great again.
America first.
I think that A stands for Argentina, not America.
Make Argentina great again, because
Yeah.
I am willing to bet both my titties and my lapel that Donald Trump could not find Argentina on a map.
I'm going to go with that. Yes.
Okay?
Make America grovel again.
I'm just saying. And these dumbasses would turn around and vote for him again. He
Again.
did this to you already. He
Mhm.
already did this to
Look
you.
back at Trump's mouth.
Mm-mm. And that's what I don't understand. He's been president before. You didn't thrive under him the first time.
He did this
And
to you
now
the time.
he just took all your money and your business and gave it to a whole nother country. How does that make America great again?
And you lost your market.
Yeah.
You lost your market. And if there's any hope that one day the Canadians may say, okay, we'll help you out, the way he's taken a torch to everything, you're going to be selling your produce to the weasels in the field and the rats.
Meanwhile, all the Kentucky bourbon is still sitting on the shelf because Canada won't buy it.
Oh, and bourbon. I think there was 3 of them that filed for bankruptcy.
Make
3 of
America.
them that filed for bankruptcy in Kentucky.
Kentucky doesn't have a lot going for it, but they got even less now.
Mhm.
3 distilleries. I don't know the names off the top of my head, but yeah.
Mhm. Hate cost a lot of money because that's the only thing that you voted for him for, because he didn't give you anything the last time he was there except something to hate. You voted for it again, now you lose everything. And as I've been saying, and I will say it again, I need to tattoo it across my face. God answered your prayers. You keep asking for relief. God showed you exactly who he was, and you voted for him anyway.
Phyllis in the chat is saying that he's telling the farmers that he'll bail them out with the tariff money. That's fine and dandy.
Great.
That's fine and dandy. But to Johnny's point, you need the markets.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
But
just get bailed out forever indefinitely?
He's also saying he's going to use that money to pay federal workers back when they get back to work.
And keep in mind,
in our
the
military.
farmers are saying, I don't want a bailout. I want a market. Because they have stuff to sell. They don't just want money to fall out the sky, because then they have no one else to sell the rest of this crap to. Okay, but what the question is, will there be any relief for the soybean farmers? Them specifically.
Oh.
Their
All
market.
the farmers, but the soybean ones especially.
They can eat it, exactly. That's what you voted for.
Right, you're taking up the whole table.
A small windfall, and it's small. It ends in child. Small, new. A desire, opportunity, luck, and chance. Small. So yeah, you're going to get a little bit of a bailout. But come next season, who are you going to sell to?
Yeah.
And the season after that, who are you going to sell to? And the season after that, you're just going to keep getting small bailouts for the next however long this clown is in there.
And as I kept saying with the boycotts, the longer someone goes without you, the more they realize they don't need you. There's no reason for them to come back ever.
I can't tell you the last time I was at Target, Johnny, and you know Target's right by my house. It is literally right there, right
Then you
across.
realize you don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I'll find somewhere else to go and buy the stuff that I need. I don't need to go there.
Deja vu. We've been here before in Trump's first term, and it's like anything trying to get markets overseas is just chaos. It's not going to happen. So you're being naive, and the only thing, I get they get nothing. Like they're stuck. They get nothing. The only thing is that there are people with money that are working to help other places be strong. So there are people that have a reason for wanting Argentina to excel. They've got an investment.
And to your point, Jen, let's not forget J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel are heavily invested in those on those farmers going bankrupt so they can come in and buy up all that land. So I'm just saying.
King of Wands, Three of Pentacles. There is some sort of collaborative effort to restore some maybe finance or structure to something there. But that's it. There is no market still. That's what they want. They want a place to be able to sell stuff. There's the Justice in the Eight of Swords, which means it's not going anywhere because it's trapped. The thing with the Eight of Swords, though, it does not have to be trapped. This is a more of a mentality, or in this in particular situation, Justice, a tariff or a tariff war, because mind you, he's done more or increased it on China again. So this is more of an administration thing. So once you get rid of him and those like him, then something can turn around, because the Eight of Swords is not forever. The Eight of Swords is circumstantial. But there's the devil. This is corruption. But again, you voted for it. The Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords, no relief. Seven of Wands is elevation, Ten of Swords is a no. So,
and you know what I hate to say this, but it's the reality of the situation. How many of these people are going to end up self-deleting if you're picking up what I'm putting down because of the financial distress that they're in?
And you see no way out of it. And that's usually what follows such a mentality. It's like,
Yeah.
how do I turn this around? I can't because the government's against me. They just took all my business away. I
And
voted
he told you he was going to do this. He told you he was going. He said the words came out of his own mouth, and you said that black lady has a funny laugh and she's a communist. Let me vote for the guy that vowed to take everything away from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, speaking of the black lady taking everything away, there is Letitia James, who apparently has been indicted for mortgage fraud.
Please make her the next AG, please, because she will go after Trump.
I truly do not believe the way that the Good Old Boys Club works, that they will get anybody like that to not make it appear political.
Because they always get a Republican for whatever reason.
Yeah, like Merrick Garland.
It drives me nuts.
But for the love of the goddess, get somebody in there that's got a set of stones.
Please.
Because I know this mofo is going to be back in the mud, 10 feet under, face down by the time this is all over. But for everybody
what's the girl's name that is prosecuting them? Oh shoot, what's her name?
Lindsay.
She had her first hearing over Comey. The judge and everybody had to tell her where to stand. She has no court experience.
Oh my God.
They had to tell her where to stand and where to talk.
This is where somebody needs to be in the courthouse playing the Benny Hill song. I'm telling you.
So, just in general, how is this going to go? For Letitia James, we'll take her side on this.
I mean, they just do that together with Band-Aids and rubber bands. You know, like they have nothing on her. There is even evidence that the little mistake that she made, there was a paper trail that she fixed it. You know?
They have nothing on Comey either.
The amount of integrity loss you have to go on a revenge tour for this man is
while simultaneously burning the country down.
Yes. And you're watching him do it and you're like, yeah, I'll stand beside that.
Meanwhile, MAGA, your cost of living has gone up. When you go in for open enrollment here in a couple of days, you're going to see your premiums just skyrocketed thanks to the big, beautiful bill. No Democrats in sight to blame.
No, we voted for the black lady.
Soon, if you're on medication that comes from abroad, expect 100% tariff on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but at least you get the entertainment of watching him trying to indict his political opponents.
Yep, they're not even sharing information and discovery and stuff.
Thank you, Patty. While he throws a fit over the Nobel Peace Prize.
And oh, by the way, I'll save it for my reading because it just came up right here.
Well, you go first.
I'm not even done pulling little.
Oh, okay. That's it, Susan. We still remember the Epstein files. We ain't letting this go, mind you. Mind you, to his credit, okay, give credit where credit's due. Hakeem Jeffries just came out and said the Republicans are covering up for pedophiles. I want more of them to say it just like that. Yes.
So I get the birds, the clover, the mice, the bear, the scythe. This right here, communication, talking, meeting, negotiating. Yeah, honey, we have the receipts because you were trying to DM them and you ended up putting them all over Truth Social of telling Pam Bondi and giving her a list of people you wanted her to indict. We have it. Opportunity and luck gets taken away. Whatever they try to patch together, we have the communications, we know. And then his power gets cut off here. She's going to win. She's powerful in this situation, and she has the evidence from a communication, something that was talked about or negotiated that was criminal, to steal something, to take something away and cut her off. So he doesn't even have a toe to stand on, because they have the evidence that says, yeah, this was politically motivated. Here's the tweet.
Mm-hmm.
So have fun. And there's something there that backfires and gets him into trouble because it's power, and then it gets cut off. Do you see what I'm saying? So
she's going to take an action against them later down the road. So whatever happens, she's just waiting on this. She's ready to go. She's ready to move forward on this. Bad news for them. It's good. All this chaos is just going to blow up in their faces. She's got the evidence. She's ready to go. They're going to try to block her from sharing something that she's got details about that's going to send them, they're going to lose their minds. She's going to win this, and she's going to bide her time, and she's going to go after this little childish man again. So she's got something else she wants to get him on.
So I got the King of Pentacles and the Sun. She'll be just fine there because this is my real estate, and then that's my success there. The Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups, this is a smokescreen. This is more so because they want revenge, not because they know they have a case. It's different if they were really going after justice. I don't care if you're left or right, go get her then. If she did something wrong, then go get her and everybody else. Start with the one that's in the White House, but still.
Yep.
If it's true, it's true. Fine, whatever. But that's not what this is. Then there's the Devil and the Three of Pentacles. This is a corrupt collaboration. And it's been proven kind of already because you threw it out there yourself. And then there's the High Priestess. A lot of secrets and things will be coming out there with the Sun card. She'll be fine. But she knows this too. So this is theater.
He's trying to intimidate a woman that's got bigger balls than he will ever have in his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to quit messing with women that put their big girl panties on, because he can't compete with them.
She made a whole video addressing it, and he lost his mind because she wasn't cowering in the corner. She'll punch you in the face and knock that nasty ass Cheeto puff off your face.
Thank you, Minosaur.
I'm waiting for him to go after Comey next at this point.
Well, that's the next question. James Comey. What is coming for him?
His indictment paperwork doesn't even specify what the comment was that he lied under oath about, and it's supposed to be in the indictment paperwork. That's how poorly his indictment is written.
No. They were saying that it was fraud because she said it was going to be her primary residence.
No, for Comey.
Comey.
Oh, for Comey. For Comey.
Yeah.
Okay. So
his indictment's written, and imbecile Lindsay had to be told where to stand and what to say and everything, and is there all alone because nobody will go with her to court.
I hope she loses her license. I hope she loses her damn license.
He's the next question.
Well, it's hysterical because, when she loses this or the judge throws it out, it's past the statute of limitations. They can't go after Comey again.
So
what's coming for him legally speaking?
Wait, are we asking about Comey or
Comey?
Oh, okay.
Because mind you, I mean, he's not invited to my birthday party, so I'm not crying for him, Argentina. But if it's coming from Donald Trump, then the friend of my, or the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. Thank you, Orchid.
There's I can't I can't lie. There's a part of me that's kind of reveling in it because Comey single-handedly helped usher in this freaking monster. So it's kind of like, there's karma for you. Took her 10 whole years, but there she is, you know.
Yeah, he's going to win too. I tell you, all these cases are going to bring out more corruption.
Yeah.
Like every time they offer something trying to constrict them, it just brings out more and more corruption of what they've been doing. So, yeah, Comey stands on higher ground. He's got the evidence with him too, and you know the thing that they're saying that he said. What's the other guy that was in the FBI? Andrew McCabe. He's already said on record, I'm the one that said that. It wasn't Comey. I'm the one that authorized that.
McCabe was the one that he fired a day before he was supposed to retire, right? To try to screw him over, but he ended up getting his retirement anyways.
Yeah, when Biden got in.
Lord, what I would give to see this man live another 50 years so he can get a taste of his own medicine at least for a decade. At least for a decade. You know,
I'm kind of wondering why. What was the guy that came in that was there under Biden? Christopher Wray. I'm wondering why we haven't heard from him.
I don't know. I get the mice, the stars, the snake, the storks, and the garden. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that we're not privy to that have to do with Trump's corruption and thievery and widespread lies and betrayal that are going to go public. So to what Jen said, the more you try to poke the bear and get back at people who were doing their jobs, the more of your trash is going to get drug out in the public space. So, and it's widespread. It's widespread corruption and thievery, widespread betrayals and lies. So Comey gets out of it, but it all goes public. So, or a lot of it goes public.
At this point, little Lindsay's like Leonardo DiCaprio in Revenant taking on the bear.
I get Queen of Swords. There's your legal. So yes, there is going to be something that goes forward. There's the Fool card, but he'll be fine. There is the Sun and the Star, which is success and contentment and happiness for the future there. And also to Jen and Becca's point, this is also exposure. And so there's a lot of stuff that comes out with the Sun and a lot of stuff that you can't hide with the Star. And so bad strategy if you're trying to hide things.
Tapar el sol con un dedo, Johnny. I keep saying it.
Wait, what's that mean again?
Trying to cover up the sun with the finger. The only way you can do that is to go like this and close one eye. You're blinding yourself to the reality. Everybody else around you can see it because you can't cover up the sun.
It's the farmer's oath.
Yep.
So my next question is Lindsay Halligan. That's her name. Will she need a lawyer? Trump's one of his side effects is make attorneys get attorneys.
Who's not even licensed in the state of Virginia. That's going to be the first thing Comey brings up. She's not authorized to do this. Little Lindsay, what an idiot. Where do I stand? What do I do, Judge? I'm a prosecutor for the U.S. What how do I do this?
Watch Law and Order SVU or something like.
Will she need a lawyer? The stars, the letter, and the key. Yeah, and watch your license too, honey. Watch your license too, because this is licenses, mail, results, tests, certificates, all that stuff. Watch it. Watch it. That's okay. He'll just dump her to the side and go find another clown that'll do it. He would get Rudy Giuliani, but he had his license stripped everywhere. So,
You know, she better be making some friends at the sex parties is all I can say, because she may need a new career. A little escort service. This is going to come up again for her. She's going to get taken out. All this corruption around all the details of how she's doing this, and people getting paid off too. It wouldn't surprise me if she's like paid witnesses or something. She's left out there all on her own. Nobody wants to go into court with her, and it's going to there's a woman that's going to betray her. So yeah, she's going to have justice coming after her. Make some friends, Lindsay. You're going to need them, because you're going to need a new career.
I get Page of Wands, Eight of Cups, because of something she said and something she wrote. And the Four of Swords and the Five of Wands, she will be in battle with someone, and she may even appear before Congress for something, for whatever reason, because the Hierophant pops up in this too. I don't get the Justice card, I get the Hierophant, but she will need a lawyer for all of that. Okay. The Qatar Air Force Base that will be in Idaho. Singapore has one there. Singapore has one there too. Just to, I don't know if be fair is the right way to put that. But a lot of people are asking why. Well, because Qatar bought it. That's why. Because they gave Donald Trump a plane. They made a deal. Donald Trump is the tunnel to where all of our enemies that have now came into the country.
And he's building a golf course in Qatar.
and to Johnny's point, Donald Trump has offered too much to too many people to get to where he's at right now. And all those people have diametrically opposed views.
Mm-hmm.
Qatar is not friends with It's Not Real. It's Not Real. It's not friends with Qatar. It's Not Real is not friends with the Ruskies. The Ruskies are not friends with Qatar or It's Not Real. But he needed all those people to help push the propaganda on top of everything else he did to sneak into where he's at right now, squatting.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind while enriching himself.
At the same time.
To Jenny and Johnny's point. So, yeah.
And
MAGA lost their effing
MAGA
mind. Woo! They're like, this isn't America first. What made you think this homeboy cared about you? He was
the day he took office, the first time Russian spies in the Oval Office. That told you everything you needed to know right there. But
he spent his whole first term selling stuff like he's a QVC person. He's doing it again while dismantling everything that keeps us relatively safe with healthcare and insurance and everything else on top of national security, because it's wholesale prices to the highest bidder. What made you think he gave two F's about you?
And he is to Johnny's always calling him Medusa. He is Medusa. And Pam Bondi, I just want to say it again. Nixon wasn't prosecuted, but his AG was and went to jail.
We need to stop with that. Nixon wasn't prosecuted. Reagan wasn't prosecuted. Bush wasn't prosecuted. Obama wasn't prosecuted. And before anybody goes clutching their pearls, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar a few times committing war crimes. And now we got this clown who did worse than all of them combined. And we need to stop with this. Oh, we don't do that. We don't look backwards. We move forward, like Obama said. Enough. Because you're just letting us all know what we already knew. There's a two-tier justice system.
Or a three-tier.
Yeah, three-tier.
What are we asking about the base, Johnny?
Well, the question I had was about MAGA more so. Because the Air Force Base, here's where I didn't want to go necessarily. I mean, we could read on it, but still. Because the Laura Loomers of the world have already come out and said that you invite the Muslims over here and they're just going to train to kill us. I don't want to go into are they doing secret operations and are they going to attack us from within? I don't want to go that route because I just don't want to. I'm not an investigative reporter and I don't want to be that heavy. So my whole thing is the response from MAGA. That's what I want to know. If you want to know about if they're going to secretly kill us, then learn to read tarot cards and look at it yourself. But I just want to know how their response is going to go. Because Laura Loomer said she's not voting the next time. Now, I don't believe that. But she says she's not voting the next time because this is not America first. And the rest of them are saying this is not America first either.
Did she get kicked out of the White House? Because I swear to God, she was on her knees for that clown 24/7.
She's going to be tomorrow, too.
And all of a sudden, now you got a problem? Now you have a problem? Because he's cozying up to brown people that paid him a bunch of money and gave him a jet? Now you have a problem. You didn't have a problem with him taking their money.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is MAGA's response to this?
Mm-hmm. Because they are the ones who get to go to their Congress people and say, this is not America first. This is wrong. We shouldn't do this, that, and the other thing. Pete Hegseth has already rolled out the red carpet. They're doing this without your consent. They don't really care how you feel. So bear that in mind too, MAGA. They didn't ask you. They didn't poll. They didn't take a vote. They do these things with or without you. You voted for them, and this is what you voted for.
The image, the illusion, what they voted for is just blowing up in their face. Nostalgia and judgment. They're done. They're moving on. They're going to find somebody else. They don't want somebody from overseas coming in and taking us out from the inside. There's a lot of changes that are going to come out of MAGA because of this. You're inviting these people onto our soil. And a lot of Republicans are going to catch flack for allowing this.
Yeah.
So they're going to put more pressure on their Republican Congress people.
Now, here's the thing. I know that Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump, because they're morons that don't read, and if they do read, well, we know Trump is illiterate, so scratch him. And then Pete Hegseth is just drunken on drugs all the other times. They're not building them a base. They're coming here to train on how to fly the fighters. Okay. I get the key, the crossroads, the mice, the woman, and the fish for how MAGA's going to respond. I would not be surprised, because this is in the center of the read. The crazies, the more this stuff happens and the more it's in your face that you got played, are going to start thinking that an important election was stolen and that a woman had the most. Even though we know, because we saw it, but for them, since they operate from the lens of conspiracy all the time, they were primed for it. Going back,
it'll be really obvious Saturday at the No Kings protest.
They'll start. I would not be surprised, based on these cards, that they start going, wait a minute, this wasn't a fair election. Important election stolen. Woman had abundance. So because for them, it's a lot easier to go that route than to think, yeah, we got freaking conned. Which, I mean, you're still admitting that you got conned. Because you're saying, I voted, but he stole it. See what I'm saying? So
yeah, like they start to wake up even to that.
Yeah.
Six of Swords, moving away, walking away, running away, going through a tough time into a transition. You know, a little part of me, though, is a little perturbed with the whole thing. Like, why does this makes you mad? Because they're brown people from a foreign country. not because he let an enemy into the country and trained them.
Not
Just
because
because they're brown.
no, they didn't care when they gave him a plane.
And they said boo when all the white South Africans got to come over. Like it's where's the America First part? I don't get that. Where's the Make America Great Again part?
Because you
But
got
it puts more pressure. Yeah.
This color. This
Mhm.
color. Don't
And
get
grease the palm.
Don't get it twisted, brother. Don't get it
If-
twisted.
It puts more pressure on the politicians, and this is also annoys me because put the pressure on Donald Trump. No, the politicians are the ones who get we'll give it to them too, but they're the ones who get it. But the problem is, I think these people are going to become more and more unhinged because the anxiety, the Nine of Swords, anxiety is a fear of the future. That thing that you think is going to happen, is going to happen, is going to happen. And it just grows and grows and grows in you. And then you become paranoid and then you act out of a desperation that you created. And so you're going to possibly see someone try to drive a truck through the base like they did the FBI quarters or something. Like there's something there to where I need to see what's going on behind there because they're plotting against us. That's going to grow and grow and grow. This is the Wheel of Fortune, which means over time, the anxiety grows. The word of warning is the World card. This should be your card of lessons. The World card is basically the grown-up version of the Wheel of Fortune. Here's where you learn your lessons, and then here's where your lessons are complete. They're not going to learn these in particular lessons because anxiety clouds, just like depression and sadness and so forth and so forth. And so their minds are going to be clouded. They're going to react instead of act out of a desperation and a paranoia.
And to your point, Johnny, he has spent 10 years othering Muslims.
Yeah.
Deport them out of the country, writing bans against Muslims, and then all of a sudden you're going to invite them in because they gave you a plane and paying you under the table God knows how much money after you have nurtured the anxiety to otherize Muslims. And now you're going to welcome them in with open arms. Talk about a slap to the face to these people. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of slapping in the face, Alex Jones is asking the Supreme Court to halt the decision of $1 billion that he has to pay out. Will they acquiesce? Will they?
He's also been very vocal about release the Epstein files. Here, watch it, Alex. You'll get Charlie Kirk.
$1.5 billion. Will they say he doesn't know it? Because mind you, they did it to Trump. They said it was excessive. And that's why he hasn't paid the $500 million to New York. They said it was excessive. So
It's excessive, the corruption he did on his property taxes and stuff, too, with the IRS.
The writer, the letter, the man. No, that's what you got in the mail. Delivery from the mail to the man. Nope, go check your mailbox, dude. It is what it is.
you got mail.
You got mail.
Reap what you sow. Pay it out, dude. They may even refer it back to the lower court decision.
Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords. No, this is all for you. Mind you. Because I didn't know this. Apparently, he had another lawsuit in Texas where he admitted that this was not staged, that it really happened. So, because he was under oath, I guess. So, if you admitted it wasn't staged and it really happened, what do you then say to all of the crap that you put out there and tortured those families?
He deserves a million times worse.
Yes.
Than $1 billion. And
These are the times I wish I believed in actual hell. Because you need to.
You and me both. You and me both. Because I would gladly be Satan for a few days just to take care of that guy. Because
Mhm. Bring it with you. Okay, Jeff Duncan. He is a former Republican, former lieutenant governor of Georgia. He is running for governor of Georgia, but he has switched parties and is now a Democrat. My question number one, or we can read them together. One, is he a real Democrat? Because we've seen this party before. And two, what are his chances of being the governor of Georgia in this year election?
you know what's sad about that
Has he truly converted?
is that the centrist Democrats, the Chuck Schumer, the Nancy Pelosi's, and Hakeem Jeffries, that's where the Reagan party used to be. That's how far right the Republicans have gone. You know? So the first question was, is he really?
Is he really a Democrat, and what are his chances after that?
Is he a real Democrat? No. The tree, which is something solid, something that grows. Fox, careful, but I bring you an offer. I wouldn't trust this with a 10-foot pole. What are his chances? Mountain, he's blocked from power and those that are loyal. He doesn't, as a Democrat, no. Maybe running as independent, maybe, or something like that. But the Dems don't trust him. They don't trust him.
He's not real. He's trying to look like he's working together, but he's got alliances behind the scenes. Like, so he would backstab Democrats. He would totally backstab Democrats. He's got partnerships to betray. I don't think he'll get in though. I think his votes are going to be too small unless somebody rigs it.
He's going to be a Democrat in name only. He's still going to be a Republican with Republican values. Do women have rights? No. Can the government tell you who to marry? Yes. Can the government tell you what your kids can and can't do in school? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, no, he doesn't share the values, you know? So
I would say more so he believes he can't win as an independent, so he's going to call himself a Democrat. The Two of Wands and the Five of Wands, there's a conflict there with the plans. And so the plans have to be priority because you're running for office with the Star and the Sun. But the chances with the Five of Pentacles, it doesn't look great, but there's more so probably a funding issue than anything else. Okay. Speaking of elections, though, the articles are all coming out, and I don't know if they're more so hit pieces or blown out of proportion because I didn't see the videos or anything like that. But Katie Porter is now on the criticism block because she has a video out there where she was going full-blown crazy apparently on her staff, is what they're saying. And so that looks bad, and now everybody's saying you need to drop out and you're unhinged and you don't have control of your emotions and this, that, and the other thing. So does this hurt her campaign?
Does it hurt her campaign? The clover, the sun, the whip. No. It just highlights that she probably has some anger issues, or she can be very quick to lash out at a person. Which, let me remind you, is exactly what we effing need right at this moment. Look no further than our psychopath governor here in California, Gavin Newsom. And yeah, he's doing a great job trolling Trump and his administration, but I kind of sort of wish he'd go a little bit harder. You know what I mean? So,
well, at least she's not like Como and all the Republicans grabbing women and stuff.
yeah.
She could win. She could win. Surprise everybody. Good news. It's somebody. There's more details behind this, that somebody that works with her. It's almost like they were planted there, like an inside person. And there's going to be exposure on this, because there's like the whole tape isn't being shown that shows what blew her up. There's something not revealed yet about that tape.
To Jenny's point, I just want to point out somebody in the comments made a fantastic point. If this were a man, it would be a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same thing in the corporate world.
I mean,
She's being emotional.
Yeah.
meanwhile, Andrew Cuomo was ousted disgracefully for sexually harassing people, and then he has the stones to try to run again.
Well, we got a rapist in the White House
Okay?
who
And
ran a second time and got,
we
got
have a
his
woman
ass in
that
there.
gets a little bit pissed off.
Got a pedophile rapist in the White House.
I mean, so thank you to whoever said that in the comments, because that was a very valid point. Were she a man, this would be nothing. It would be nothing.
So I think this is coming from a man, actually, with the King of Swords and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is the bully, the dishonorable behavior, that type of thing. King of Swords can be very, very vengeful and petty as well. And mind you, this is probably one of her opponents. They're trying to run for an office, so this kind of thing happens. But still, that's all I think it is, because the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups means this is all about image. There's an agenda behind it, and so they're just trying to paint her out to be unhinged, because this is their opportunity to now do so, and so they're taking it.
I would take
I don't think
Katie
it hurts her
Porter
campaign, though.
as a Californian. I would take Katie Porter as governor any day, all day, 10 toes down over somebody like Adam Schiff. Okay? So just okay.
But it ends in the Eight of Pentacles. I don't think it hurts her campaign. It's just a detail that's probably one of those news cycle things where it'll be over in 5 days type of thing.
I mean, Johnny, how long did it take for Charlie Kirk to fall off the news cycle after we all saw him get popped in the neck? A week? A week?
Now they're all talking about the Cotter thing in Idaho.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of news cycles, though, I haven't heard much about this, and I just looked it up now. No new developments or anything. Diane Goodstein is a judge who, in South Carolina, blocked Donald Trump's administration from getting the voter registration data.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
by coincidence, her house exploded. Now, some are saying that it was an accident. Some saying it's arson. Don't nobody know, because there's nothing that's come out yet. But her family were in the house and had to escape through a back window type of thing. She was
Her
not there.
husband
She was walking the dog.
Her husband and one of her kids
Her
were
son.
in the hospital.
Mhm.
So what happened?
Was it set? Or was it an accident?
Because the reason she ruled against him was because the DOJ was wanting the voter rolls out of South Carolina. Why do you want them?
Mhm.
Why do you need them? And she
They
said,
claim to make sure there was nobody illegal voting.
and she told him no,
Hmm.
which begs the question: why is Trump weaponizing the DOJ to get the voter rolls in certain states, in all the states actually, if he's not planning to pull another what he just did,
Mm-hmm.
is my question. But
This was planned by a man. And what's interesting, I heard when I pulled the 8 of wands on the bottom, I heard accelerants, like they'll find accelerants or something that made it go quick, like fast explosion. Yeah, they hope to trap her in there and unalive her.
it's not the first time. Remember when that one guy went to unalive the judge and ended up unaliving her son when he answered
Yep.
the door?
In New
And
Jersey.
then the other guy that went to go and unalive the lawmakers.
Letitia James has had to have private security at her home because people keep showing up there because they posted where she lived in New York.
I asked if it was arson. I get a yes. The clouds, the child, the sun. There's uncertainty, but there's going to be something new that comes up that shows about the heat and the energy. And also, by the way, in case you didn't hear, the fires we had here in California that started in the Pacific Palisades, did I not tell you guys that was arson, a MAGA person? They just caught the guy in Florida. They caught him in Florida. Okay? Like, this is how they operate. They have been whipped up to commit violence against others. So,
but let's talk about the anti-fascist
terrorists.
terrorists.
I hope you have a lot of buddies with private prisons, because you're going to have to incarcerate the entire population minus, I don't know, Montana.
Let's see, wasn't there 70 million votes for Harris, something like that? I mean, that's pretty big prison.
Yeah.
I seen the Antifa rally, and there was a bunch of people dressed up as dinosaurs and Teletubbies or whatever.
Yeah.
The frog guys in Portland, Oregon, I've been following them all over on TikTok. They're dressed up as like these huge blow-up frogs. It's hilarious.
I get a man.
It's kind of funny because the right wingers like the Pepe the Frog character. So I think it's funny
to frog. It's just
no, I know it's not, but I think it's funny. To me, it's kind of mocking that a little bit.
I get there's a man, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords. There's a scheme here aimed at this woman, the Empress. The Page of Swords too. This is like a directive, though. Negative talk, because the Knight of Pentacles is somebody you hire. Who? I have no idea, but I don't see a Trump nowhere, but I mean, I don't think you need to see him here just to know that, because who else did it come from?
He goes after his
it's
enemies.
always who you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is always who you think it is. Always. And it's not coming from our side.
Mm-mm. Well, Donald Trump did not win the Nobel Peace Prize. Again.
Or did he?
Half of it was dedicated to him. I remember seeing some guy that was in charge saying that he didn't know what Trump was going to do, because I guess he puts the fear of that into people. He didn't know what he was going to do should he lose. So I figured that's why that she dedicated half the award to him. But you all had different information when we talked backstage about maybe she didn't win it either. And maybe it was gifted or grifted to her because the votes for her totaled about 4%. So what is happening here?
So I saw, for context, I was playing the video. Stephanie had sent me a video after it was announced, and she dedicated it to Spanky McSpankerton Taco Tits. Stephanie sent me a follow-up video. I guess now there's going to be an investigation because their internal polling, that lady that won was only polling at 4%. So they're going, wait, how did she win? She was only polling at 4. And then there was another lady, I forget the name, who was polling at 70 something. So how did you give it to somebody that had 4% and totally missed out the other person that was at 70 something? So now the people that do the whole Nobel Peace Prize are investigating this whole thing. And I'm like, this, you know what? This
Like
mofo
voter machine tally machines.
he will steal everything, an election, a Nobel Peace Prize. Like, if it ain't nailed down, he's going to try to take it, you know? Like, didn't he steal the freaking trophy too? Wasn't there a trophy that he just recently stole? Was it the FIFA Cup or?
Yeah, and he stole somebody's Purple Heart from him.
Yeah. So apparently what Johnny's saying, and I don't know the details yet, it's still coming out, that she was
It's really funny if the Nobel had to rescind a peace prize.
and I'm just sitting here going, this mother effer would cheapen everything. Now the Nobel Peace Prize, if they don't look into this, will forever be tarnished.
Yeah.
Forever. It would mean nothing at all.
This lady's a warmonger.
So what was the question, Johnny? I didn't mean to.
I just want to know what's going on here. Like, what will be revealed once they, I guess, will they investigate, and is anything going to come out? Or is this going to be one of them things to where the pressures that be say, let this thing go, and they let it go? Will something come out?
They should not bend the knee to this clown. Don't do it. I asked, will they rescind the Nobel Peace Prize? I get a yes. A hack, stolen, opportunity, and risk. Yes.
Yep. Trump's behind it. It's like he's trying to get to higher ground and can't get there with the prize. So there's a cover-up involved, but they're going to look into these votes and, the image. She was severely constricted. Like it's a lie. It's a lie. They're going to go in and recount, look into this, and they're going to rescind what they offered.
He's already screaming, they're going to take it from me. They're trying to take it from me.
Yeah, they are assholes.
And here's the thing. He is getting so brazen with his thievery because he thought he can get away with what he just did here, that he's going to, and him keep doing stuff like this is going to show his own ass. Keep going, please. If it will eventually lead to everybody finding out how you got to where you are right now, keep going, please.
Mm-hmm. Seven of Cups, there's confusion, gaslighting, then there's the Tower. Tower is crumbling down. It's also a forced exposure, almost like someone kicks the door down and then confusion goes away because here's all the answers. Five of Wands and the Two of Swords, that's when the fight starts and a decision has to be made by somebody. So it's going to be left up to whoever this little team of people is, Knight of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. And so they're going to have a decision to be made. So this is not over, apparently.
And I don't think the people that do the Nobel Peace Prize would have even bothered or looked into anything until that lady went and opened her mouth and dedicated it to him, and he started tweeting it all over the place and saying that he won the Nobel Peace Prize. She accepted it for him, and that's what
The
raised.
guy who read the
Hold on.
announcement,
Huh?
the guy who read the announcement looked like he was going to cry.
He looked surprised.
He
looked
looked
surprised.
surprised. He looked like he was going to cry. Like, no, this can't be.
Yeah. It wasn't Machado was the one that won, even though she was polling at 4%. It was another woman. Do you guys remember the name from the video?
Mikado.
No, Machado.
Oh, the other one.
The other one that was polling at 70 something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember her name, but or maybe it was Machado. But the lady that got it right now, she was only polling at 4%. And I think he could have gotten away with it had he not started running his mouth. But
Surprised they didn't give it to Melania for negotiating with Vladimir Putin, apparently.
yeah, you know how she
Anyhow.
negotiated that.
So that's all I got time for this week. Next week will be on Jen Lynn's channel. And as I say every time, do not leave here with politics in your system. Go watch something funny. Go do something great. Something like that.
Johnny, can I add one thing? If you guys, I follow Tony Hawks, the lawyer guy on YouTube, and he does a lot of shorts, and I love watching his little shorts when I have time. He did one on Jane Goodall, who passed away. She's one of my favorite people, an activist, someone who cared about climate, changes and our animals and taking care of each other. And he played one. She videotaped an interview or a video that was only to be played after she died. And in it, she said there's some people on this planet she would like to put on a rocket and send them up, being Trump, Musk, that she'd like to send them off. But something she said in it I thought was so beautiful. She said, "Don't lose hope. When we lose hope, you become apathetic and you do nothing." So as we go into No Kings marches this weekend, be safe. Go in
It's not
groups.
this weekend. It's next weekend.
It's next
yeah.
Saturday. It's
Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday of this week.
Be safe. Go in groups. Don't give up hope. Don't become apathetic. It is not a time for us to become apathetic. Thank you, Lori.
Lori. So we will see y'all next week.
Johnny,
Mhm.
Johnny. Can I ask one petty question
Mhm.
about RFK Jr. and circumcisions?
Oh my God. Didn't he say it causes autism or something?
It causes autism. Well, that explains for the males. What about the females? How do they get it?
If you guys did not hear, RFK Jr., you had to have seen it. It was all over TikTok, and the way I was howling like a hyena, laughing my ass off, you guys. Serious. He was so serious, having
my
this whole
God.
conversation with Kankles McTaco sitting next to him, talking about how circumcision causes autism because, probably because of the Tylenol they have to take.
What the hell's wrong with this man?
I can't.
I mean, so apparently all autistic boys are circumcised. Did you check on that? Because I think there's probably some uncircumcised autistic
You
boys.
might want to check the ladies that are autistics that don't have the part to be circumcised. Like, what the
Well, he also was talking about a woman that was growing a baby in her placenta. Like, he doesn't understand what a placenta is.
Oh
it's like,
my God.
hello, that's outside the baby. It feeds and nurtures the baby, but like,
this guy is running.
I give him a sex ed class because he has no idea.
This guy is running the entire Department of Health. So I mean, I don't even.
And Trump's so stupid. He's sitting there like, yep.
What So what's going to be next on the autism? What else? Because now we have Tylenol and circumcision.
The spectrum, though, it's like Tylenol, circumcision, not Tylenol, Advil, penicillin. You went from Tylenol to circumcision. Like, come on, dude. Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? He'll probably tell people to start doing heroin because that cures everything. Clearly, his brain.
Get a brain. Everybody needs to get a brain worm so we can
Eat
all
more
think like
whales.
he
Eat
does.
more whales.
Oh my God. So I guess I don't know what's going to be next as a cause for autism,
What next?
according to RFK Jr. over there.
What's next? He's so stupid. Jesus Christian. Mushrooms. Mushrooms or fungus or mold or something like that. It's growth, but like growth from water. Like a mushroom.
I
That's
get
what
the
causes it.
key, the ring, and the bear. I think he's going to say something either around the mother. So, like a ring, like an IUD or something that causes autism. Even though that's preventative as birth control, I don't get birth here or pregnancy. I get the bear, which would be the mom. But the reason behind all of this, he's financially invested in something.
Yeah.
So
I get details about the mother or something inside that makes them sick with autism. It's total chaos, but it's something material, like metal or something. So I'm with you, like an IED.
I have discovered that vaginas cause autism.
Having sex with a man with a brain worm that was a heroin addict would probably cause it.
oh my God, birth causes autism. Exactly.
Yes.
Like
birth.
Mhm.
I just how did we end up in this freaking freak show, man? Tampon use, there you go. Tampon use, IUD.
Because the rapture is slow, or either it's
Something
slow
that a
or
woman-
yes, that's how. Like Jesus, come get your kids today, not tomorrow, please.
Oh
Lord
my
have
God.
Please redo the rapture. Some of them missed it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we'll see y'all next. Don't take no Tylenol and don't get circumcised, I guess.
I'll make sure not to get circumcised, Johnny.
Oh my God. I mean, he's got a lot of excess skin from here to here. I think they should cut that off too, I think. So
I mean,
We'll see
have
y'all.
you seen his throat?
have you seen his whole face?
I mean, well, yeah, that's.
he looks like Freddy Krueger with a makeup job.
I was just gonna say
Covered
Freddy
in-
Krueger. Freddy Krueger. At least Freddy Krueger had a sense of humor. You know,
They
like,
just covering up the bad spots. That's all. They made him TV ready. That's all.
oh my
He's still
God.
the same person. Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm going for real this time.
Night, everybody.